Morning, gang. This is Tanya.
And this is Rita.
And welcome
to the adventures of two fat chicks. So today we are going to teach you a hack. You got to do this. So how many of you have jars with labels that you can never get off? We have a hack. So let's dive in. If you have jars that have labels and you need to get the labels off, we're going to go through the steps on how to do that cheap and easy. So first step, if you see there's liquid in this jar, you fill your jar with hot water. Be careful not to get the label wet. Let that sit for about 20 minutes or so. This heats up the glass and loosens the glue. And then the next step is taking the labels off. Sometimes the labels will peel off real easy, but sometimes you need help.
Let's see how well this works.
So I always start with a corner. Get that corner to come up. Overall, mine's coming off relatively well. Well, no, I lied. So here it comes. But I got paper on mine, so I'm going to deal with that. How's yours, Ree?
Here it comes.
There's our tray.
See how well that's starting to come off of there?
Yeah, mine is kind of a mess. Hence, this guy. Be careful. And you just scrape. I think. Here it comes. So I don't know if you guys can see that.
Voila. Now all that's left on this one is the sticky stuff.
And this one, I used a corner, and here comes the paper. So we're going to go peel these labels, and we'll come back to you in a minute.
All right, so we're back. We've got all our jars peeled.
Yeah, they're sticky ooky, but they're good.
And that sticky is the part of this hack that's so important.
Right. See
Trying to
the
get this sticky crap off of them is why we're here today, in the major reason why we're here.
And here's the fun part. We found a hack that requires some kind of oil. We're using vegetable oil. You can use whatever. Vegetable, olive oil, grapeseed, you name it. And baking soda, if you can see that label. So what you do is you take your oil, and it's 1 part to 1 part.
Okay, yeah, I would do the baking soda first.
Good
so you
call.
don't end up put sticky oil in the baking soda bag too.
So smart. So, quick tip, she's smart. Do your dry stuff first, then your wet. So we'll go with 2 spoons, and it doesn't have to be exact, of dry baking soda. Or, sorry, yes, baking soda. I get soda and powder confused.
I think everybody does.
Yeah, so 2 spoons baking soda, 2 spoons oil, and then you just stir them up. Rita's going to bring the camera to me, thank you. You stir them up until you get a paste. So this is too thick. See, it goes blah, blah. So that means we need a little tiny bit more.
Little teeny sploosh more oil, just a splash,
So just a splash.
not a glug. Splash, stop.
Here we go. So, oop. Oh, and Rita's the clean one. I'm the messy one, so she doesn't like that. Sorry, sissy.
Not a big deal.
Okay, so see, pancake batter. Nice. So speaking of being the messy one and the clean one, now comes the fun. We're going to take our goo and we are going to apply it to our jars.
Are you going to use your hands? Or
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, then I get this brush.
Right on. So Rita is neat, tidy, clean. I am a mess.
On projects. I mean, you can look around our house. Our house is clean. But
yeah, I'm anal about the house, but when it comes to creative, I like to touch, feel, fling, you name it.
Yeah.
Rita likes it all nice and neat.
Tanya's very tactile.
Right. And then she will take her brush and show them what you're doing.
So then I take the brush and I apply the goobers to the stickies.
And you want a nice, pretty thick coat. And you don't have to do the whole jar like she's doing. Just
hit the goobers.
Hit the goobers. And then for those of you that are going, well, that's too clean, I do this. I take the goo and I spooge. So look at me spooging. Yeah. And you want to get it relatively even and over the glue. And then off to the side here, we have a plastic container we're setting these in because the goo has to set up for about 10 minutes. We're going to set those aside for about 5 to 10 minutes. It needs to set up so that it starts getting heavy, pasty, starting to kind of dry so that we can scrape it off. So we'll see you in a few minutes. For us, it'll be 10 minutes. For you, it'll be blah, 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 and then we're back.
All right, so we're back. And this time, we're at the sink.
There's our fabulous sink. And we are about to make magic. So when your jar, see how this is kind of crackling? This stuff is drying out. When it gets to this point, that's when the magic happens. We're going to take some rubber scrapers. You can use whatever, it doesn't matter. Spatula, old credit card, it doesn't matter. And we're just going to scrape off the goo. And it'll go into...
Right into the sink.
Into the sink. Okay, here we go. So watch the magic. This is so cool. So you take your scraper. Can you see how that's coming off? Maybe not. Oh my gosh. There's almost nothing left on that jar of glue. Because the glue is just about gone. See that? And then we take
the scrubby side of a sponge.
Yep. Just the basic scrubby side of a damp sponge. And scrub over it. As you guys can see that. I'm going to dump the water now. I didn't dump it earlier, so I didn't get everything wet. Dump the water and rinse. Oh, move it a little towards that. There we go. And rinse. Huh. Okay, gang. Look at that.
Squeaky clean.
You hear that? It's all off. How long did that take? So a couple of spoons of oil, a couple of spoons of baking soda, not even a lot of elbow grease, and a little time, and you got clean jars. So I'm going to go back to finishing these jars, but don't forget.
Always remember, life is an adventure. Go find yours.
Thanks, everybody. God bless, and good luck with those jars.